Did you know that Czechia is home to over 2,000 castles, more than any other country in Europe, and the world's largest castle complex in Prague? Nestled in the heart of Central Europe, Czechia is where medieval towns, forested mountains, and centuries-old traditions exist side by side with cutting-edge design and innovation. From the towering sandstone formations of Bohemian Switzerland to the rolling green hills of South Moravia and the alpine peaks of Krkonoše, Czechia's landscapes are compact yet breathtakingly diverse. The country is home to 16 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, spa towns that once hosted monarchs, and cobbled streets where history feels alive. Shaped by Slavic roots, Habsburg legacy, and a rich tapestry of folklore, Czechia offers a deeply unique cultural identity. For the thoughtful traveler, it's a land of storybook scenery, peaceful trails, and quiet wonders waiting to be discovered. Let us now set forth together on a voyage through time and beauty, unveiling the enchanting tales and hidden treasures that await within the heart of Czechia. Spring in South Moravia reveals a landscape shaped by gentle rolling hills covered in fresh green fields. The waves of land stretch smoothly across the horizon, creating a pattern that feels both calming and alive. Each field reflects the care and effort of generations of farmers, their work visible in neat rows of crops and vines. The earth here is rich, supporting a variety of plants that thrive in this balanced environment. As the sun rises higher, the colors deepen the vibrant greens of the grass, the soft browns of tilled soil, and the subtle yellows of early blossoms. Small farmhouses dot the hillsides, simple and sturdy, blending naturally with the surroundings. This isn't a landscape of dramatic peaks or sweeping vistas. It's a place of quiet strength and steady growth. Walking through these fields, you sense the rhythms of the seasons and the close relationship between people and land. The hills roll on, inviting visitors to slow down, breathe, and take in the view with clear eyes and an open mind. It's a reminder that beauty often lives in subtle details: the curve of a hill, the patchwork of fields, the changing light across a landscape that's been cared for over centuries. South Moravia in spring is not just scenery. It's a living, breathing example of nature and humanity working together. Here, you don't just see the land, you feel its steady pulse. Before we continue our journey, let's test your knowledge real quick. Which river is the longest in Czechia? Comment your guess below. Basalt columns rise sharply like nature's skyscrapers. Teplice Rocks demand attention. Not just tall rocks, but a labyrinth carved by volcanic forces millions of years ago. Waterfalls trickle through the cracks, small but vital, breaking the stillness of stone with flowing life. Walk the narrow passages. Feel the cool shadow cast by these ancient giants. Not easy terrain, yes, but the reward? Views that linger in memory long after the hike ends. Springtime means stronger waterfalls, fresh green bursts, and a landscape waking up with subtle energy. Forests press in close, yet the rocks stand firm, silent witnesses to time's slow power. Climb, scramble, pause. This is a place that tests patience and rewards curiosity. Look closely. Tiny plants gripping cracks, stubbornly alive on sheer stone walls. No rush here. From the top, a panoramic sweep of wilderness and stone, a reminder that strength can be quiet, steady, and unyielding. Teplice Rocks, not just a destination, but a challenge. A lesson in geology. A place where water meets stone in a timeless dance. It's less about grand spectacle, more about discovering the extraordinary in rugged detail. If you are watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. The Chapel of St. Barbara stands quietly among the rolling fields of South Moravia, near the village of Chardis. Isolated, minimal, and surrounded by vineyards, it feels more like a landmark than a building. Its white silhouette contrasts sharply with the deep greens and browns of the land, especially in spring and autumn. There are no crowds, no fences, just open sky, and the steady rhythm of nature around it. Originally built for protection during the working day, the chapel now watches over the fields like a silent observer of time. Its simplicity is part of its power. No grand design, just clean lines and perfect placement. In a region shaped by agriculture and tradition, the Chapel of St. Barbara is both a spiritual and visual anchor. Lipno Lake is an artificial reservoir located in the Šumava region of South Bohemia, Czechia. It was created between 1952 and 1959 by damming the Vltava River as part of a hydroelectric project. With a surface area of about 48.7 square kilometers, it is the largest body of water in the country. The primary purpose of the lake was flood control and electricity production, but it quickly gained importance for recreation and tourism. The dam that holds the lake is 296 meters long and 25 meters high, and it powers a hydroelectric plant with a capacity of around 120 megawatts. The surrounding villages, including Lipno nad Vltavou, were transformed significantly during construction, with some areas submerged and resettled. The lake is a major tourist destination, where visitors can enjoy scenic boat rides across its calm waters, taking in views of forested hills and peaceful shorelines. A unique attraction nearby is the Lipno Treetop Walkway, opened in 2012 which allows visitors to view the lake from above the forest canopy. In the warmer months, the lake's shores become a favorite spot for summer camping, with tents, campfires, and families enjoying the long daylight hours by the water. Lipno is also located near the Šumava National Park, one of the largest forested areas in Central Europe. The lake reaches a maximum depth of about 25 meters and stretches over 40 kilometers in length. Though artificial, its design closely mimics natural lakes, making it blend well into the landscape. It plays a role in maintaining water levels downstream in the Vltava, including Prague. For Czechia, Lipno is not just a technical structure, it's a symbol of post-war development and modern rural tourism. Its combination of function, history, and natural beauty makes it one of the most interesting man-made sites in the country. Krkonoše National Park is the oldest national park in Czechia, established in 1963 to protect the unique alpine ecosystem of the giant mountains. Located along the northern border with Poland, the park includes Sněžka, the country's highest peak at 1,603 meters. The area is known for its rare glacial landscapes, alpine meadows, peat bogs, and subarctic flora not found elsewhere in the country. Despite its modest size, Krkonoše is home to hundreds of plant species, many of which are protected or endemic. Traditional sheep grazing still takes place in parts of the park, helping to maintain open meadows and preserve rare plant species. These pastoral practices are part of the region's cultural heritage and are carefully managed within the park's conservation goals. Small mountain huts and historic wooden chalets offer shelter and charm across the terrain. Cross-border cooperation with Poland ensures that the entire mountain range is preserved on both sides. Perched high above the Orlík Reservoir, this medieval castle offers stunning panoramic views of the Vltava River valley below. Built originally in the 13th century, its strategic location was essential for controlling important trade routes across central Bohemia. Architectural updates through the Gothic and Renaissance periods transformed the fortress into a blend of defensive strength and noble elegance. Thick stone walls and towering battlements emphasize its military purpose, while interior frescoes and period furniture showcase refined aristocratic taste. During World War II, the castle was repurposed as a Nazi military headquarters, leaving a complex and somber historical legacy. Well-preserved halls, courtyards, and chapels allow visitors to step back in time and experience centuries of Czech history firsthand. The dramatic cliffside setting makes the castle especially photogenic, particularly when reflected in the reservoir's calm waters below. Is Chateau Orlík on your travel radar now? Comment 2 if you visited, or 4 if it just jumped onto your must-see list. Millennia ago, natural erosion sculpted the sandstone rock into what would become Europe's largest natural stone arch. Early settlers in the Bohemian Switzerland region revered the arch as a mystical gateway connecting earth and sky. Over centuries, local legends grew around Pravčická brána, enriching its cultural significance far beyond its physical form. The 19th century brought increased attention as explorers and scientists documented its unique geological features in detailed studies. Throughout history, the arch also inspired painters and poets, capturing its majestic form in art and literature. Preservation efforts began in the 20th century, protecting the arch from the wear of tourism and natural decay. Pravčická brána symbolizes both natural history and cultural heritage in the Czech Republic. Opened in 2012, the Lipno Treetop Walkway was designed to bring visitors closer to nature while offering breathtaking panoramic views of the Šumava forests. Built as a modern architectural marvel, it quickly became one of the region's most popular attractions, blending education and adventure. walkway's spiral design rises over 40 meters above the ground, allowing visitors to walk among the treetops like never before. Along the path, informative panels explain local flora, fauna, and the importance of forest conservation. The project aimed to promote ecotourism and raise awareness about the delicate mountain ecosystem surrounding Lipno Lake. Its accessibility means people of all ages and abilities can experience the unique sensation of being high above the forest floor. Over the years, the walkway has hosted thousands of visitors, contributing significantly to the local economy and environmental education. We pull info from lots of sources, so if we miss something or you've got something cool to add, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Deep beneath the surface, the Moravian Karst hides a labyrinth of caves carved by water over millions of years. Its towering limestone cliffs reveal a rugged landscape shaped by nature's slow but powerful hand. Among the underground wonders lies the Makocha Abyss, a dramatic sinkhole that captivates with its sheer depth. Ancient fossils and stalactites tell stories of the area's geological past frozen in stone. This natural treasure stands as a testament to the enduring beauty and mystery of the Czech Republic's karst regions. Castle Kokořín was originally built in the early 14th century as a royal fortress to protect the trade routes through central Bohemia. Throughout its history, the castle changed ownership several times, serving various noble families and witnessing significant medieval conflicts. Its architecture reflects Gothic style, with later Renaissance modifications adding decorative elements. The castle was abandoned in the 17th century and fell into ruin for many years. In the 20th century, restoration efforts began to preserve and revive this historic monument. Castle Kokořín stands as a well-preserved example of medieval architecture, open to the public for tours and cultural events. It continues to attract visitors with its rich history and stunning location within the protected Kokořínsko landscape. Millions of years ago, volcanic lava cooled slowly and contracted, resulting in the formation of striking hexagonal basalt columns. These natural rock formations resemble the pipes of a giant organ, which is why they are so famously named. Rising several meters high, the columns create an impressive landscape that looks almost man-made, but is entirely natural. Because of their geological significance and unique appearance, these formations have been legally protected as a natural monument in the region. Visitors are able to explore well-marked walking trails that wind closely through the basalt columns, offering detailed views of their fascinating structure. The site serves as a valuable outdoor classroom for understanding volcanic activity and the processes that shape the Earth's surface. Nature lovers and geologists alike are drawn to this remarkable place to witness its extraordinary natural beauty. The basalt columns provide a lasting testament to the power of natural forces that shaped the planet millions of years ago. Their unusual shapes continue to inspire curiosity and admiration among all who visit this geological wonder. Nestled within towering sandstone cliffs, Zléby Castle impresses with its unique blend of natural rock and medieval architecture. Built during the 13th century, this fortress ingeniously used the natural landscape to enhance its defenses against invaders. Over centuries, rooms and passageways were carefully carved directly into the sandstone, creating a remarkable living space within the stone. Strategically positioned, the castle controlled key trade routes and served as a stronghold during numerous regional conflicts. Eventually abandoned, the castle partially fell into ruin but continues to captivate visitors with its mysterious charm. explorers can wander through narrow staircases, carved chambers, and take in panoramic views from the rocky heights. Preserved as a historic monument, Lhuboká Castle exemplifies medieval creativity harmonizing with nature's rugged formations. Rising majestically at the confluence of the Vltava and Vltava rivers, Zvíkov Castle commands a strategic and scenic position. Constructed in the early 13th century, this fortress served as a key defensive stronghold for Bohemia's royalty. Over time, Zvíkov evolved architecturally, blending Gothic and Renaissance styles into a cohesive and imposing structure. Thick stone walls and towering battlements reflect the castle's primary role in medieval military defense. The interior features well-preserved chapels, halls, and royal chambers that showcase the lifestyle of its noble inhabitants. Throughout history, Zvíkov Castle witnessed numerous sieges, political events, and changes in ownership, each leaving marks on its structure. Despite periods of neglect, dedicated restoration efforts have revived the castle's grandeur and historical significance. The castle's location on a rocky promontory offers panoramic views of the surrounding South Bohemian landscape. Visitors today can explore expansive courtyards, underground passages, and the remains of its original fortifications. Zvíkov's thick walls have stood firm against time, nature, and human conflict for over 800 years. Its chapel contains stunning frescoes that provide insights into medieval religious art and symbolism. The castle also played a role in local legends and Czech folklore, adding cultural depth to its historical presence. Modern tourism has embraced Zvíkov Castle as a symbol of Czech heritage and medieval resilience. Educational programs at the site help visitors understand the complex history of the Bohemian Kingdom. The castle's blend of natural beauty and historical architecture continues to attract historians, travelers, and artists alike. Is there a region or country you're curious to explore next? Let us know, and we'll uncover it together in an upcoming video. Flowing gracefully through the heart of Bohemia, the Vltava River stretches over 430 kilometers as the longest river in the Czech Republic. Originating in the Bohemian forest, it carves a winding path northward through picturesque towns and lush landscapes before merging with the Elbe River. Along its banks, historic cities like Prague showcase stunning architecture, including the renowned Charles Bridge spanning its waters. Throughout centuries, the river served as a vital artery for trade, transportation, and the growth of settlements throughout the region. Overlooking the Vltava, numerous medieval castles such as Zvíkov and Karlštejn stand guard, symbolizing its strategic importance. Boating, fishing, and riverside hiking remain popular recreational activities enjoyed by locals and tourists alike. The artistic inspiration drawn from the river is immortalized in Bedřich Smetana's symphonic poem, Vltava, capturing its flowing beauty through music. Managing seasonal floods has necessitated the construction of dams and reservoirs, reshaping both the river and surrounding communities. Supporting a diverse ecosystem, the Vltava is home to numerous fish species, migratory birds, and native Central European plants. Providing clean water, the river sustains agriculture and human populations along its route. Enduring as a national symbol, the Vltava inspires pride and respect among the Czech people. Combining natural beauty, historical significance, and practical utility, the Vltava remains central to Czech geography and culture. Standing majestically above the Vltava River, Hluboká Castle is often considered one of the most beautiful castles in the Czech Republic. Originally built in the 13th century as a Gothic fortress, it underwent extensive remodeling in the 19th century into a stunning neo-Gothic palace. Inspired by England's Windsor Castle, its ornate architecture features turrets, battlements, and white limestone facades that captivate visitors. The castle's interiors boast richly decorated rooms filled with historic paintings, antique furniture, and exquisite tapestries. Surrounded by vast landscaped gardens and a large English-style park, Hluboká offers peaceful walks and breathtaking views. Throughout history, the castle has belonged to prominent noble families who contributed to its development and cultural significance. It served not only as a royal residence, but also as a cultural center hosting art collections and social events. Modern visitors are able to tour extensive exhibitions that display antique weapons, elegant ceramics, and impressive Renaissance art collections. The castle grounds also feature a zoo and various outdoor activities, making it a popular family destination. Preservation efforts have maintained its architectural integrity while adapting facilities for modern tourism. Its location on a hilltop provides panoramic vistas of the South Bohemian countryside and the winding Vltava River below. Hluboká Castle stands as a testament to the rich history and artistic heritage of the region. It remains a symbol of Czech national pride and aristocratic elegance, drawing visitors with its architecture, history, and refined atmosphere. The castle's blend of medieval roots and romantic revival architecture offers a unique experience to all visitors. Hluboká nad Vltavou continues to inspire awe and admiration as one of Central Europe's architectural gems. Rising majestically from a serene moat, Blatná Castle captivates with its timeless presence. Built in the 13th century, it has witnessed countless changes, each leaving its mark on the stone walls. Gothic arches meet Renaissance details, creating a visual dialogue between eras. History lives here not just in books, but in every corner and shadow. Preservation efforts continue, ensuring that the castle's legacy endures for generations to come. A journey through Blatná Castle becomes a walk through centuries. Built in the early 14th century, Bouzov Castle first served as a strategic fortress, protecting key trade routes through Moravia. What began as a simple Gothic stronghold gradually transformed into a romantic, neo-Gothic residence centuries later. Ownership passed through many hands, but the Teutonic Order left the most lasting architectural and historical legacy. Rare among castles, it was continuously inhabited and maintained, rather than falling into ruin like many medieval fortresses. Rather than sit in isolation, Bouzov became a political and cultural landmark for noble families and religious authorities. When the Teutonic Knights gained full control in the 17th century, they introduced Baroque updates and religious iconography. Not until the late 19th century did the castle take on its fairy tale-like appearance through a major reconstruction. Led by Archduke Eugen of Austria, this transformation emphasized towers, drawbridges, and decorative stonework to match romantic ideals. While many castles were altered for tourism, Bouzov was redesigned to remain fully functional as a noble seat. Even Nazi occupation during World War II didn't destroy its form, though it was seized and repurposed for military use. Following liberation, the castle was nationalized and declared a cultural monument under Czechoslovak care. Although interior furnishings were added later, many artifacts were selected to reflect the medieval spirit of its origins. Guided tours now focus not only on rooms and decor, but also on political symbolism embedded in its layout. Each hall, staircase, and mural reveals a curated narrative of Central European aristocracy and religious power. Far more than just a scenic building, Bouzov Castle embodies layered history, ideology, and national pride across 7 centuries. Located in central Bohemia, Křivoklátsko Protected Landscape Area is one of the oldest and most ecologically valuable regions in Czechia. The area is home to dense deciduous forests, rare plant species, and wildlife, including deer, wild boar, and black storks. Recognized as a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, Křivoklátsko offers hiking trails, educational routes, and scenic views. The region's diverse habitats and centuries-old woodlands make it a key site for conservation, research, and responsible ecotourism in Czechia. Hidden deep within central Bohemia's forests, Křivoklát Castle ranks among the oldest surviving castles in the Czech Republic. Originally constructed in the 12th century by the Přemysliv kings, it was used primarily as a royal hunting retreat. Through centuries of expansion, it transformed into a fortified Gothic stronghold with thick walls and soaring watchtowers. Among its most remarkable features is the chapel, adorned with medieval frescoes and once used by Czech royalty. Over time, the castle also functioned as a high-security prison, holding political and religious prisoners in harsh conditions. Notably, the structure withstood multiple fires and reconstructions, each layer adding depth to its architectural story. At present, guests can wander through elegant interiors, scale historic towers, and gain insight into the daily life of medieval nobility. Surrounding the fortress, the Křivoklátsko landscape area enhances the experience with nature trails and peaceful forest views. More than a relic, Křivoklát Castle remains a powerful symbol of Czech resilience, legacy, and medieval authority. not just a church. St. Barbara's is a statement in stone, rising above Kutná Hora like a crown of faith and labor. Built not by kings, but by miners with silver-stained hands. Its foundation was laid with ambition, not luxury. Where other churches preach, this one remembers its ribbed vaults, bold arches, and silent frescoes, all whisper of work, devotion, and pride. Inside, you won't just find saints, you'll find picks, ore carts, and miners carved into walls once meant only for angels. A masterpiece? Yes, but more than that. It's a monument to the dignity of those who dug deep, both into earth and belief. Buchlov Castle rose in the 13th century, built to secure the borderlands of Moravia against invading forces. Noble families who controlled the castle over time invested heavily in fortifications and residential wings to reflect their status. Throughout the Middle Ages, Buchlov played a key role in regional defense and governance, shaping local power dynamics. Abandonment in certain eras left the castle vulnerable, yet its walls still whisper stories of resilience and conflict. The 20th century restorers faced challenges balancing historical accuracy with the needs of modern tourism and preservation. Standing proudly on a hill, Buchlov Castle witnessed centuries of military strategy and noble life, shaping Moravian history profoundly. King Charles IV ordered the construction of Karlštejn Castle in 1348 to safeguard the kingdom's crown jewels and holy relics. More than a fortress, the castle combined royal residence comforts with formidable military defenses. Thick stone walls and a deep moat formed a protective barrier against any potential attackers. Secret tunnels and winding staircases added layers of complexity to the castle's design. The Great Tower housed the Chapel of the Holy Cross, where priceless treasures were kept under constant watch. Every corner of the castle reflects the vision and authority of the king himself. Sieges tested Karlštejn's defenses, but the fortress stood firm, repelling invaders time and again. Hiking up the steep paths leads through chambers filled with medieval art and historical artifacts. Royal living quarters contrast sharply with the solemn atmosphere of the chapels and vaults. Parts of the castle remain closed off, preserving its ancient mysteries. From its hilltop perch, panoramic views stretch over the surrounding forests and the Brána River valley. The castle's sturdy structure has withstood centuries of change, maintaining its medieval character. Local guides provide insights into the castle's history, craftsmanship, and significance for Bohemian royalty. Every stone seems to tell stories of kings, knights, and craftsmen who shaped the Czech lands. Karlštejn stands as a proud symbol of Czech history, blending strength, spirituality, and royal prestige. Rising from the rocky plateau, Pernštejn Castle began its life as a small fortress in the 13th century. Over centuries, the Pernštejn family transformed the castle into a massive stronghold with thick walls and complex defenses. Situated at a crucial crossroads, the castle controlled trade routes that enriched its owners and influenced regional politics. Each generation added new wings and towers, blending Gothic style with Renaissance elegance in the castle's architecture. Pernštejn survived sieges and political upheavals, adapting its defenses to the changing art of war. The castle's interior was redesigned multiple times, reflecting the tastes and ambitions of its noble inhabitants. Despite wars and neglect, Pernštejn's stone walls still echo tales of power struggles and noble prestige. The decline of feudalism brought changes, and Pernštejn eventually shifted from fortress to noble residence. Preservation efforts in modern times have focused on maintaining the castle's original medieval features alongside later additions. Today, Pernštejn Castle remains one of the best preserved fortresses in the Czech Republic, embodying centuries of history. Hidden within dense forests near Benešov, Konopiště Castle was originally constructed in the late 13th century as a Gothic fortress. Centuries of ownership brought transformation, each noble family leaving architectural fingerprints, blending Baroque, Renaissance, and medieval elements. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, made it his private residence in the late 1800s. His extensive renovations added modern comforts, but he preserved the castle's medieval character and filled its halls with hunting trophies and art. The castle's armory, one of Europe's largest, houses weapons dating back hundreds of years. After the assassination of Franz Ferdinand in 1914, which sparked World War I, the castle's fate became closely tied to global events. Konopiště later fell into Nazi hands, then served state purposes under the Czechoslovak regime. What remains today is not just a noble estate, but a silent witness to the turning points of European history. Archival documents, personal artifacts, and photographs displayed inside help contextualize the dramatic events tied to the castle's legacy. Its landscaped gardens, once used by imperial guests and dignitaries, still reflect Franz Ferdinand's personal taste for symmetry and order. Few places in Central Europe weave together royalty, tragedy, and war with such architectural continuity and historical depth. Established in the 13th century, Frimberk originally served as a strategic trade and river crossing point along the Vltava River. Under the ownership of the Rosenberg family, the town grew in importance due to its location and access to timber routes. By the early 14th century, it had received market rights, which helped attract craftsmen, merchants, and permanent settlers. Heavy damage occurred during the Hussite Wars, when Frimberk was burned and many of its buildings were left in ruins. Reconstruction followed slowly, and by the 17th century, key religious and administrative structures had been rebuilt. The 30 Years' War brought another wave of destruction, with armies occupying, looting, and displacing much of the population. Despite these setbacks, Frimberk continued to function as a local market center under Habsburg rule. In the 19th century, economic changes and improved roads reconnected the town to regional trade despite its remote location. A major turning point came in the 1950s with the construction of the Lipno Dam, flooding surrounding valleys and altering its landscape. Entire neighboring villages were submerged, while Frimberk adapted to its new identity as a lakeside settlement. Communist-era planning introduced infrastructure, but also led to the loss of some historic architectural details. Following the Velvet Revolution in 1989, Frimberk experienced a revival in tourism and cultural preservation. Renovation of the town square, church, and surrounding buildings brought back fragments of its original character. Modern Frimberk no longer relies on trade or agriculture, but has reinvented itself through sustainable tourism and lakeside recreation. Standing alone on Zelená Hora, the Church of St. John of Nepomuk draws attention with its striking geometry and symbolism. Built in the early 18th century, it is the masterpiece of Czech architect Jan Blažej Santini Eichel, known for his unique Baroque Gothic style. The church was constructed to honor Saint John of Nepomuk, a martyr whose cult grew rapidly after his canonization. Five-pointed stars, pentagonal symmetry, and repeating numerical symbolism are embedded in nearly every part of the structure. Not just decorative, these shapes reflect both theological meanings and the life of the saint himself. Unlike traditional churches, its layout is based on a central plan surrounded by alternating chapels and entrances. Walls curve, lines intersect, and light filters in unexpectedly. This is sacred architecture made to surprise. Santini designed it with spiritual mystery in mind, blending mathematics, faith, and form into a seamless whole. The church's location atop a grassy hill adds to its visual power and symbolic elevation. Its interior is minimal, yet precise, directing all attention upward and inward. Damaged in the 20th century, the church was later restored and declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It continues to serve as both a pilgrimage site and a striking architectural landmark in Czechia. No other church in the country looks or feels quite like this. An intersection of faith, design, and national identity. Ancient walls of Zbiroh Castle, dating back to the 12th century, whisper stories of medieval power and legacy. Transformation over centuries shaped the fortress into a stunning Renaissance residence, full of artistic details and historic charm. Inside its halls, intricate frescoes and delicate wood carvings reveal the lives of the noble families who once called it home. Guarding vital trade routes, The castle's strategic location underscored its role in military defense during chaotic times. Renovations in the 19th century brought neo-Gothic features, enriching the architectural tapestry and aesthetic appeal of the castle. Hosting cultural events and gatherings today, Zbiroh Castle offers a tangible connection to centuries of history and tradition. Each corner and corridor of this majestic structure holds layers of resilience and grandeur. Velká Amerika is an abandoned limestone quarry located near the village of Morzina, not far from Prague. Often called the Czech Grand Canyon, it features steep cliffs surrounding deep turquoise water, creating a dramatic natural landscape. Though swimming is prohibited, the site attracts visitors seeking hiking and breathtaking views. Rising majestically amidst dense forests, Zléby Castle commands attention with its fairy tale silhouette and historic charm. Centuries of history echo through its walls, telling tales of noble families and dramatic events that shaped the region. Architectural styles blend seamlessly here, reflecting renovations from Gothic roots to Renaissance elegance. Legends of secret passages and hidden treasures add a mysterious allure to the castle's timeless presence. Wandering through its halls, one can almost feel the whispers of past centuries and the weight of countless stories. Construction of Charles Bridge began in 1357 by order of King Charles IV, replacing the earlier Judith Bridge lost to flooding. The foundation stone was laid precisely at 5:31 a.m. on the 9th of July, 1357, chosen for its symmetrical numeric sequence, 1357973. Architect Petr Parlers, already renowned for his work on St. Vitus Cathedral, was entrusted with the bridge's ambitious design. Built from Bohemian sandstone, the structure spans more than 500 meters across the Vltava River and stands on 16 arches. For many generations, it served as the only permanent link between Prague Castle and the Old Town. Merchants, soldiers, nobles, and peasants alike once passed across its stones as part of everyday city life. With towers at each end, the bridge once formed part of Prague's defense and functioned as a key trade artery. Its current statues were added starting in the 17th century, representing saints and historical figures in Baroque style. Most of the original sculptures have been relocated indoors, replaced by replicas to protect them from the elements. In 1890, catastrophic flooding severely damaged the bridge's pillars and railings, requiring major reconstruction. Since its earliest days, the bridge has been a place of ceremony, commerce, and conflict alike. Artists, vendors, and musicians eventually made it a cultural destination as well as a historic landmark. The absence of vehicle traffic today preserves its character and allows people to experience its scale at a human pace. Each stone and statue reflects centuries of power shifts, religious influence, and changing artistic styles. Charles Bridge remains more than a means to cross the river. It is part of Prague's soul, standing firm for nearly 670 years. Nestled in a vast landscape park, Lednice Castle stands as a stunning example of neo-Gothic architecture that captivates the eye. Built originally as a Renaissance residence, it was later transformed into the Romantic style that defines it today. Countless rooms within the castle showcase elaborate decorations and historic artifacts from various eras. Surrounding gardens and water features enhance the fairy tale atmosphere of the estate, drawing admiration from all who see it. ownership by the Liechtenstein family shaped much of the castle's design and its role as a cultural landmark. Architectural details reveal a blend of medieval inspirations with 19th century romanticism, creating a unique visual harmony. The castle's expansive grounds include exotic greenhouses and ornamental structures, offering a glimpse into aristocratic leisure. Legends of secret tunnels and royal intrigues enrich the history that pulses through the walls of Lednice Castle. Situated in the central Bohemian region, Milutin is a small town known for its historical charm and natural surroundings. Surrounding the town, vast forests play an essential role in maintaining local biodiversity and supporting the timber industry. The dense woods around Milutin provide numerous opportunities for outdoor activities. Forest management has been a significant part of the town's economy, balancing ecological preservation with resource use. Local residents often spend time in these forested areas to enjoy the peaceful atmosphere and natural beauty. Architectural landmarks in Milutin showcase the town's long history dating back several centuries. Modern development in Milutin continues with respect for the surrounding forests and commitment to sustainable growth. Nestled in southern Moravia, the town of Teplice stands as a perfectly preserved example of Renaissance town planning. The central square, with its uniform arcades and colorful facades, dates back to a major reconstruction in the 16th century. After a great fire in 1530 destroyed much of the medieval town, an ambitious rebuilding project reshaped its future. Zacharias of Hradec, a nobleman with a vision, brought in Italian architects to create a harmonious and elegant urban layout. The chateau, once a Gothic fortress, was transformed into a Renaissance residence with ornate halls and peaceful gardens. Teplice has held UNESCO World Heritage status since 1992, recognized for its architectural integrity and cultural significance. Where music meets architecture, Rudolf Einem anchors Prague's cultural life. Since 1885, this neo-Renaissance landmark has hosted symphonies, exhibitions, and conversations between art forms and generations. Inside Dvořák Hall, sound doesn't just travel, it lives, moves, and stays with you long after the performance ends. Rising above Prague's Old Town Square, the Church of Our Lady before Tin dominates the skyline with its twin Gothic spires. Construction began in the 14th century, replacing an earlier Romanesque church on the same site. Its towering spires, each nearly 80 meters tall, are visible from many points across the city. A labyrinth of narrow alleys surrounds the church, adding to its mysterious medieval atmosphere. Local legends say the church's towers were designed to protect Prague from invading armies. The church remains an active place of worship while welcoming millions of tourists every year. Standing in front of the church, one feels connected to centuries of Bohemian culture and faith. In the 15th century, the church became a center for the Hussite movement, a key religious reform in Bohemia. Restorations over the centuries have carefully preserved much of the original Gothic architecture. Its facade features intricate stonework, combining ornamental details with symbolic motifs. Prague Old Town stands as the historic core of the city, showcasing centuries of architectural styles and history. Its old town square serves as the central point, surrounded by remarkable Gothic, Baroque, and Renaissance buildings. The astronomical clock, dating back to 1410, remains one of the oldest functioning clocks in the world. Narrow alleys and lanes connect important landmarks, creating a compact urban layout. Royal coronations and significant political events took place within its boundaries. Numerous churches, including the Church of Our Lady before Tin, dominate the skyline with their striking spires. The adjacent Jewish quarter preserves synagogues and a historic cemetery, reflecting Prague's diverse heritage. Old Town has been a focal point for cultural development and religious movements over the centuries. Art galleries, museums, and theaters operate in historic buildings, blending tradition with contemporary culture. The Old Town Hall offers panoramic views from its Gothic tower, allowing visitors to see the city's rooftops. Many structures survived wars and fires, maintaining their original medieval and Renaissance character. Public events and ceremonies often take place here, connecting modern life with the city's rich past. Historic statues and monuments mark key locations, telling stories of Prague's political and religious history. Architectural details, such as ornate facades and stone carvings, demonstrate the craftsmanship of past eras. The area continues to be a symbol of Prague's cultural identity and historical significance. Founded in the 13th century, Český Krumlov began as a small settlement beneath a Gothic castle on a bend of the Vltava River. The powerful Vitkovci noble family oversaw its early growth, constructing a fortified castle that would dominate the region for centuries. By the 14th century, the Rosenberg family assumed control and transformed the town into a political and cultural center of South Bohemia. Under their influence, the town adopted Gothic and Renaissance architectural styles, still visible in its well-preserved buildings today. Rather than fade into obscurity, Český Krumlov flourished as a hub of trade, art, and noble prestige throughout the 15th and 16th centuries. In the late 1600s, the wealthy Eggenberg family inherited the estate and expanded both the castle and its lavish Baroque interiors. Later, the Schwarzenberg family continued development, adding the castle theater and elaborate gardens that survive in functional form. Even under Habsburg rule, the town retained a degree of autonomy and continued to benefit from noble patronage. Following the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Český Krumlov became part of newly independent Czechoslovakia in 1918. Although its significance declined in the 20th century, the town avoided major destruction in both world wars. The communist era brought state ownership and limited restoration, but its core architecture remained largely untouched. After 1989, a wave of revitalization efforts preserved its medieval layout and restored many buildings to their original appearance. UNESCO recognized the town's unique heritage in 1992, granting it World Heritage status for its exceptional integrity and continuity. Each cobblestone street, painted facade, and castle corridor speaks to layered centuries of noble ambition, conflict, and art. Český Krumlov now stands not just as a historical site, but as a living archive of Bohemia's cultural and political evolution. Sprung from the vision of Emperor Charles IV, Karlovy Vary was never meant to be just another town on a map. Its boiling mineral springs, discovered in the 14th century, redefined how Europe understood healing and luxury. Instead of fading into obscurity, it grew into a magnet for monarchs, composers, philosophers, and the chronically ill. By the 18th century, no serious aristocrat could skip a season in Karlovy Vary without raising eyebrows. Buildings didn't simply appear, they were commissioned with intent. Bold colonnades, curving promenades, and bathhouses with imperial ambition. Names like Goethe, Freud, and Beethoven weren't just visitors. They helped cement the town's mythic status. Unlike many spa towns, Karlovy Vary combined science, ceremony, and spectacle in equal measure. Springs were catalogued, water was prescribed, and entire routines were built around sipping from oddly shaped porcelain cups. Wars came and borders shifted, but the waters kept flowing and people kept arriving. Even under communism, the town retained its pulse, adapting its rituals for the workers instead of the royals. After 1989, it peeled away the gray and leaned into revival. Private ownership returned. Facades were cleaned, visitors arrived again. The annual film festival now brings red carpets to the colonnades, adding modern spotlight to a historic stage. Each spring has its own chemistry, its own temperature, its own place in the medical playbook. Step by step, Karlovy Vary became more than a spate, became a statement of continuity in a continent that rarely sits still. Even now, it holds the same strange power, not just to heal, but to slow time, quietly and without apology. Ostrava, the third largest city in the Czech Republic, grew from a quiet settlement into a powerful industrial hub. Coal was discovered here in the 18th century, transforming the region into the heart of Czech heavy industry. Rather than fade after industrial decline, Ostrava redefined itself through innovation, education, and cultural investment. Steel mills, blast furnaces, and coal towers still stand, but many now serve as museums or cultural spaces. Instead of demolishing its past, the city embraced it, turning rusted infrastructure into heritage with new purpose. The city's transformation hasn't erased its character. The industrial edge still gives Ostrava a raw, authentic energy. At the same time, new universities, tech firms, and startups are shaping the future of the regional economy. Bordering Poland and Slovakia, Ostrava has long been a crossroads of languages, trades, and traditions. Public transport is efficient, green spaces are growing, and air quality has improved significantly in recent years. Though often overshadowed by Prague or Brno, Ostrava offers a different kind of Czech experience, grittier, but deeply real. Brno is the second largest city in the Czech Republic and a key center for education, science, and judicial authority. Unlike Prague's grand tourism image, Brno thrives on innovation, history, and a grounded local energy. Its roots stretch back to the 11th century, when it served as a strategic fortress and regional capital of Moravia. Zbiroh Castle, once a royal seat and later an infamous Habsburg prison, overlooks the city with centuries of stories. The city's legal importance is unmatched. It hosts the Constitutional Court, Supreme Court, and Supreme Administrative Court. Home to Masaryk University and several technical institutions, Brno has one of the highest student populations in the country. Instead of relying on tradition alone, the city has positioned itself as a leader in technology, research, and biotech startups. The Brno Exhibition Center, opened in 1928, remains a major European venue for trade fairs and innovation shows. Architecture lovers find contrasts here, from Gothic churches to the minimalist functionalism of Villa Tugendhat, a UNESCO site. public spaces are active and well used, with cafes, local markets, and creative studios replacing industrial corners. The underground labyrinth beneath the city center reveals a network of medieval cellars, corridors, and preserved relics. Brno also respects its Moravian culture, reflected in local wine festivals, dialects, and a slower rhythm than the capital. Though smaller in scale, Brno's cultural life is ambitious, with opera, experimental theater, and contemporary galleries thriving. For many, Brno represents a balance: urban efficiency, historical depth, and a sense of real, lived Czech identity. Few towns in Central Europe can claim a legacy as economically transformative as Kutná Hora's once was. Before Prague dominated entirely, this town stood as the treasury of the Czech kingdom, its mines funding kings. Silver first surfaced here not in the 13th century, but likely in the 10th, when the Slavniks minted local dinars. By the 13th century, waves of settlers, especially from German-speaking regions, poured in to extract the wealth beneath. Mining camps turned into an unregulated sprawl until King Wenceslas II introduced the Ius Regale Montanorum in 1300. That mining code turned Kutná Hora into the second city of the kingdom and anchored it in royal strategy. The Italian court became the seat of the central mint, striking Prague groschen that symbolized the nation's economy. As burgher houses rose and Gothic churches replaced wooden sanctuaries, the town's skyline became a symbol of prosperity. The foundation of St. Barbara's Cathedral marked a declaration of independence from Sedlec Monastery's religious control. UNESCO recognition in 1995 gave the historic center global acknowledgement and helped safeguard its legacy. Ancient walls and Baroque churches shape the cityscape where Olomouc proudly stands today. Centuries of history flow through its streets, telling tales of medieval markets and royal gatherings. Religious influence carved a unique identity, visible in the grandeur of the Holy Trinity column and the cathedral towers. Old university halls echo with knowledge passed down through generations, marking Olomouc as a center of education. Architectural styles blend seamlessly, from Gothic spires to Renaissance facades, reflecting the city's layered past. Olomouc's role as a former Moravian capital has left a lasting imprint on its administrative and cultural importance. Public squares buzz with daily life, where history and modernity coexist effortlessly. This city remains a hidden gem, offering rich experiences beyond the usual tourist paths. Towering above Prague Castle, St. Vitus Cathedral dominates the city's skyline with its intricate Gothic spires. Construction began in 1344 under Emperor Charles IV, but took nearly 600 years to fully complete. Royal coronations, saintly tombs, and national treasures are housed within its vast, echoing interior. The cathedral serves as the spiritual heart of the Czech Republic and a symbol of its statehood. Stunning stained glass windows by Alphonse Mucha add color and light to the solemn stone walls. Every detail, from gargoyles to chapels, reflects centuries of faith, power, and artistic ambition. Wrapped in a bend of the Ore River, Loket feels like a medieval time capsule carved into the Bohemian hills. Its 12th century stone castle once guarded the western approach to the Czech lands and held royal prisoners. Far from being just a historical backdrop, the town still breathes with quiet charm through its narrow lanes and pastel facades. Castle Loket, perched high above the river, was originally built as a border fortress for the Přemyslid dynasty. Its thick granite walls have survived Mongol threats, fires, and centuries of shifting regimes. For a time, it served as a prison. Cold, damp cells carved directly into the stone still remain accessible to the public. The Gothic tower offers panoramic views of the valley, unchanged in shape since the 13th century. Inside, visitors find exhibitions ranging from medieval weapons to ancient manuscripts and eerie torture devices. Legends of ghosts and royal curses echo through its halls, adding a layer of folklore to historical fact. Few castles in the Czech Republic combine architecture, authenticity, and atmosphere as powerfully as Loket. Perched high above the town, Mikulov Castle dominates the South Moravian skyline with timeless authority. Built in the 13th century as a strategic border fortress, it evolved into a noble residence under the powerful Dietrichstein family. Fires, wars, and time have scarred its walls, yet each restoration has layered new chapters onto its long history. The Renaissance and Baroque influences still shine through the elegant facades and ornamental halls. One of its most striking features is the giant wine barrel in the celarons, among the largest in Central Europe. The castle library, though partially rebuilt, hints at the intellectual ambitions of its aristocratic owners. Every room, from formal salons to private chambers, reflects changing tastes and political fortunes. It functions as a museum, preserving the legacy of the noble families and the cultural depth of the region. From its terrace, views stretch across vineyards and hills, grounding the castle firmly in its Moravian roots. Established in the late 18th century as a military fortress under Emperor Joseph II, Terezín was originally designed to protect the northern borders of the Habsburg Empire. Its role shifted dramatically during World War II, when the Nazis converted it into a ghetto and transit camp for Jews. Behind its formidable walls, a tragic chapter unfolded marked by overcrowding, forced labor, and deportations to extermination camps. Unlike many historic towns, Terezín stands not for architectural beauty, but for the painful memory it preserves. Constructed in the 13th century, Náchod Castle served as a crucial military stronghold, protecting the eastern borders of Bohemia. Throughout centuries, the castle witnessed numerous battles and changes in ownership that shaped its historical significance. Czechia captivates travelers with breathtaking landscapes, ranging from rolling hills to dramatic river valleys and dense forests. Timeless castles and historic towns stand proudly, revealing centuries of architectural evolution and royal heritage throughout the country. Nature lovers find endless opportunities to explore caves, cliffs, and pristine parks, hidden beyond urban life. Peaceful villages, nestled among green fields, offer a tranquil contrast to the bustling urban centers filled with stunning monuments. Crystal-clear rivers and scenic trails invite visitors to engage in various outdoor activities, creating memorable adventures. Architectural marvels, from Gothic cathedrals to Baroque palaces, decorate city skylines and countryside alike. The harmonious blend of natural beauty and ancient structures makes Czechia an unforgettable destination to discover. Every journey through this land brings new wonders and inspires a deeper appreciation for its unique charm.